this Penn State Land Grant University graduate recognizes Mr. Austin Scott from Georgia for 5 minutes.
Thank you, Mr. Chairman. And Madam Secretary, I appreciate your commitment to the 1890 colleges. That's important to all of us. It has historically been done in a very bipartisan manner. And I might also mention that my colleague David Scott, I believe you were in school with a Donald J. Trump at one point of your life. Is that correct?
Yes, at the Wharton School of Finance. And he helped to get that scholarship program. It was under his administration that we passed.
All right.
Very committed.
Okay.
Very committed.
I want to bring this up, Madam Secretary, and I'm asking you for your help with this. And what I'm asking for is transparency in this. And so you'll recall that in the American Rescue Plan, there was $3 billion that was put in for people, and if you owed any money to the USDA, you were going to receive 120% of whatever your loan balance was. There was one race that was excluded from that payment. The courts ruled that it was unconstitutional, that you could not discriminate and exclude a race from those payments. That money was, I think it was 4 out of 4 federal judges said you could not exclude based on race. Then so that same money was then transferred into the Inflation Reduction Act. And in the Inflation Reduction Act, they did 2 things. One of them was the Farm Loan Borrowers Relief Program. And basically, how any loan who was more than 60 days late got brought current. So if you were 5 years late on your farm payment, you got 5 years worth of payments plus the next payment made. Now, if you cashed in your retirement plan to make your farm payment, you didn't get anything. But anyway, they brought those loans current and plus 60 days. And my understanding is there's questions around the 1099. It is clearly taxable income since there was not a bankruptcy, and just want to make sure that we're working with the IRS. My understanding is 2 separate 1099s may have been issued on that, and making sure that that is taxable income by law. But then there was about $2.2 billion that was paid out, and there were discrimination payments. Over 40% of those payments went to people who had never farmed, and they were ranged between $500,000 and $500,000 in the payments. And my understanding is a third-party vendor was used to make the determination of discrimination or not discriminated against, and that third-party vendor no longer exists, nor did they exist prior to the program being put in. 50% of the payments went to Alabama and Mississippi. Almost 50% of the payments went to people that never farmed. And I just want to make sure that we're looking into this and where those payments went to, who they went to, and that it's going to be public record who received those payments. And so I've met with your people. Just any comments on that would be appreciated. But just, again, looking for a commitment to continue to work to find out if there was fraud in those payments.
Congressman, what I have seen in the last 118 days since I was sworn in mid-February has blown my mind. It is stunning the amount of money that was pushed out in the last USDA without accountability, without understanding of where it was going. That just the pure sums are absolutely mind-boggling. So we are working feverishly to try to get our arms around it, and we'll continue to do so. And I would so welcome your partnership in that as we're moving that forward. But yes, you have my 100% commitment.
I want to know who was the vendor that got paid the 10% of that money. That's a lot of money that someone got paid. Next, can you just give us an update on the block grant applications process? I represent the state of Georgia. As you know, we were devastated by the storms. But if you could update us on the block grants, I would very much appreciate that. Yes,
sir. The block grants are moving forward. Georgia has been at the front of the line. They have been extremely efficient. Their leadership has been great. Tyler Harper and the whole team there. We've met with your team from Georgia 4 different times. That money is likely to move in the next week or 2.
Thank you very much. And I look very much forward to you in making sure that there is no fraud or criminal activity in that other payment program.
Great, sir. We'll follow up with that. Thank you.